My name is Jamie Ziegler. I did my Making an Impact assignment over body image. Being a fashion merchandising major, this is a topic that we talk about quite often in class. I specifically want to focus in on body image and how it's displayed in the media, and then also how we can change, how it is displayed in the media and focus on how we can advocate in our communities and what the fashion industry can do to also advocate to promote a body image that everyone can relate to. For me, growing up in a predominantly white neighborhood, I was one of three African American students who went to my school. Therefore, I didn't look like most of my friends. And so that was something that I struggled with when I was young. And then also on TV, there wasn't a lot of, African American um, women being shown. There wasn't a lot of African American being shown in magazines, on runways, commercials, and stuff like that. And so I communicated that with my parents and let them know, I'm feeling kind of self conscious. And so they were able to show me Essence magazine and Ebony magazine where I could see women who looked like me, which boosted my confidence. I know that a lot of people idolize celebrities. I personally had a friend growing up who idolized a celebrity that, was thin um, and just was a different body type than her. But she didn't really understand that. So she did have an eating disorder. And so that was something that she had to deal with. And as a friend, I had to deal with, helping her understand that, sometimes that size zero isn't for everybody. And that, you should be happy and healthy in your own body. The media, the women that are shown in the media only represent 5% of the women in everyday life. So, only 5% of the women are probably a size zero and that tall and, have that type of body. And then the other not 95% are not represented in the media. So that was something that I experienced personally, seeing somebody who idolized somebody that the media is portraying as always being beautiful, which those women are beautiful, but it also would be beneficial for the media to display somebody that, maybe has more curves or has a little bit more weight on them, maybe not as tall, maybe some shorter, average size women. That would be great as well. There have been laws, not in the United States, but specifically in France and other countries that have cut back or completely banned photoshopping because that can also lead to people saying like, oh my gosh, they look like this, they don't have blemishes, they don't have, the things that everyday people have. And the reason that they don't have that is because they're being photoshopped out. And so it's not giving the masses the real of what these women, they do have blemishes and they do have, cellulite or whatever the case may be, but we don't see that because it's being photoshopped out. And in my personal opinion, I feel like that's beautiful because that makes you who you are. And so that can also lead to like eating disorders and stuff like that because people are trying to achieve something that's unachievable. And that is why I chose this topic because so many women are unhappy with their body. A statistic shows that 91% of women are unhappy with their body and go to extreme exercise and dieting links just to get to something that they can never achieve because that's not really that's not really achievable for their body type, for their height, for whatever they see, but they see something that's so perfect always displayed in the media. And so I feel that if the fashion industry should advocate for having all body types. The women who are there that represent the 5%, they need to represent that. And, African American women and tall women and short women and women that, have more weight on them. I think that all people should be represented in the media and then that will show that everything is beautiful and not just one thing is beautiful, and that you should achieve this. And I also think that personally, how you can advocate that in your community. I know that I have talked to, young girls that are African American that live in my community that have felt the same way that I do. And I talk to them and I take them out and I show them that, you're beautiful too. And, don't get discouraged or anything like that, because I've been there. And I feel that's a great way to advocate as well. So I think we should advocate by um, putting ourselves out there and helping other people that we know that we have insecurities or that we've had problems with. I feel like the fashion industry is moving in the direction of where they're starting to accept more body types, but they could do a better job as well. And I think that we do need laws that prohibit Photoshop and representing models who are anorexic or, have an eating disorder and saying that that's beautiful and all that kind of stuff, because those people also need help and eating disorders are not good. So I feel like those are some ways that we can advocate, and I hope that you enjoy this video.